left to the 5-yard line, stretches it out. That's Anthony D. He gets out to the 25. He breaks another tackle to the 30, the 35, the 40, 50, the 45, the 40, 30, 25. There's nobody near him.
No flags.
What a play.
Anthony D goes the distance. D stands for distance. The Clippers on the low block, kick out downtown, Yahtzee.
Two pitch, face hit left field. Austin Suchecki gets it done.
In front of the goal mouth, they jump for it. The header finds the back of the net. Hadley Camo with a spectacular play.
The Division II level. It'll be the Portsmouth Clippers and the Salem Rams to do battle here from the city of Manchester. Winner will win the Division II title here in the state of New Hampshire. These two teams met earlier in the season. It was a jamboree-style game where it was 10 plays for the offense, 10 plays for the defense, and then they let the junior varsity kids mix it up a little bit. Not really indicative of what a true game looks like. These two teams have not seen each other since that day, and it should be an interesting game to say the least. This is a Salem team that came here not expecting to get to the championship game necessarily, so playing on every game is an extra game for you. Well-coached teams. Both of these teams had a chance to speak with both coaching staffs prior to the game, and both teams very happy to be here. Only one can be crowned state champion in the Division II league, and we'll see which one of these two teams able to come out on top. Portsmouth, you can see on your screen right now in their maroonish uniforms with white numbers and their gold helmets across the way. Salem was wearing their white shirts, their black pants, and their black helmets, and you can see across Gill Stadium. The wind is blowing from our left to right here. It was a pretty strong wind that dictated a lot of the field position and when teams were throwing the ball in our first game, the junior varsity matchup. There were no state title implications in that junior varsity game. Simply the rule of thumb is if your varsity team is in the game, your JV game plays prior to that, and so the JV team from Portsmouth came out on top of that game 20-6, and we did see the wind play a factor, and it should be interesting to note that both of these teams known for their running prowess, but not afraid to put the ball in the air when they need to, and we'll see if they do that when the wind is at their backs. We also saw the kicking game was an interesting thing to watch, as the kicks were a little bit more difficult to handle in that junior varsity game. We also saw a punt that went for negative yardage because of the wind. So anything is possible, and there's a reason why you play these games, because you can't just hand it to who you think the best team is. The football doesn't always bounce the way you think it will, and as a result, anything can happen, and that's why you play. After this one, we're going to see the Division I championship game between Nashua and Londonderry. Of course, the JV teams will again play before that title game tilt. It'll be a rematch of a fantastic game that we called here on the Highlight Guy a short while ago at the Sauhegan High School. The Cougars coming away with the victory on a last-second knockdown of a ball in the end zone that was almost caught. So that will be a good one. These Portsmouth Clippers travel very well here today, as we heard a lot of the fans hooting and hollering down there and getting after it pretty good. So want to thank those folks that are braving the wind, and those who are watching in Portsmouth today. In addition, those folks that are watching us in Salem, welcome, and thanks for watching us here on the Highlight Guy. Be sure to go to our live stream and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't miss out on the games you want to see. So go to YouTube, search the Highlight Guy, and hit subscribe. We thank you in advance for that. The captains are meeting ready. We see right in front of us at the 50-yard line, and the coin toss forthcoming momentarily. We have number 1, number 14, number 61, number 8, and number 79 for Portsmouth. And on the far side, trying to figure out who we have for Salem. You can see the Salem team all in their Guardian caps, something that is new this year, that a lot of teams are going to those Guardian caps. You wear them right over the top of the helmet. It provides an extra layer of protection. Looks like 1755, I think 65, and I'm going to say 50. Potentially the officials are kind of standing in front of some of the captains down there, so we can't really tell. But it should be a good game. The first game saw Portsmouth come away with a 20-6 victory, and it was a tight game all the way into the third quarter, and Portsmouth finally pulled away with some good running to the outside and took advantage of some untimely turnovers and were able to get that junior varsity victory. Winner here today will have bragging rights in Division II. Both of the teams at the high school level play up a level in Division I, so enrollments obviously affect the level of play for each of these teams here at the junior high level. We are high atop the press box here at Gill Stadium. Nice press box area. Heated, I might add, so we are very thankful for that as the winds continue to whip around down on the field level. I was down on field level earlier, and we saw the ball being blown off the tee, and the kids were passing the ball back and forth, and it was playing some games out there with that wind, so it was pretty difficult, and we'll keep an eye on that. All right, the captains come out to the C in the center of the field. That stands for the Central Little Green. This is their home field, their home turf. Grateful to the city of Manchester for allowing us up into their press box here at Gill. The captains meet one another. Again, these young men have not seen each other since the preseason when they met for a jamboree. And, of course, the structure of a jamboree, very different than a regular game. The kicking game, not a factor. And first down's not typically a factor. You just play 10 plays and see where that brings you. Lead official down there explaining to both of the captains what the expectations are, showing them the coin, heads and tails. And Salem, as the visiting team, will call it. And Salem has won the toss. We'll see if they defer, if they take the win. All right, welcome back to Gill Stadium here. We are about to kick off. It is a 14-0 Portsmouth Clipper lead. They'll blow this one dead before it even starts. Back from an injury timeout. That young man's doing okay. Want to apologize, folks. We're having some issues with our Wi-Fi here up in the booth. Not sure if it's due to the wind issues that we're having, but it's an extremely windy day. Very similar to the issues last night trying to watch the Mike Tyson fight. Hard to get that signal. We must have a lot of people watching. Nice kickoff there, and that's going to go really deep and into the end zone for a touchback. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Salem on the 20. What a kick, what a boot. And again, aided by the strong winds here at Gill Stadium. But a sun-splashed field. The only shadows are the ones in front of us down on the foul line area of the baseball field, heading up the 1st and 3rd base line. Other than that, bright sun everywhere. Salem setting up shop at their own 20-yard line. Handoff to the right side, swallowed up in the backfield. Just great penetration by that Portsmouth defense. And on that particular carry, Colton Dumont, didn't have a chance. He was wrapped up as soon as he took the handoff. Loss of a yard on the play, 2nd and 11. Little pistol formation now in the backfield. Direct snap. Breaks contain. A nice pitch and catch there. And well done as number 6 receives the pass, William Lucier. But it appears we have a penalty against the Rams, so unfortunately for Salem, they'll go backwards instead of forwards again. And the wind continues to blow. It is blowing into the face of the Rams, so be hard-pressed to try to get the ball too far downfield. It might hang up there in the wind. We'll replay the down. We'll call it 2nd and 15 for Salem. They'll come out with trips to the right side. Tight end is left, back in that pistol formation. One-step drop over the middle it goes. Ball is bobbled and nearly intercepted. It was resting in the hands of Benjamin Lucien. I think he was as surprised as anybody. He was getting ready to make the tackle, and suddenly the ball appeared in his mitts. So very fortunate there for the Rams, as they'll make some, the Clippers rather, will make some wholesale changes defensively on a long 3rd down. And you see how far back they huddle away from the ball. It'll be interesting to see if Salem tries to do some no-huddle stuff, if they have any of that. They're using the wristband system. You can see the Salem players with wristbands on offensively. All right, little waggle action to the right. Nice pass and nobody there. Closest man in the area looked to be number 33. That was Angelo Santiago. But Swanson had to roll out to his right. They were giving chase. So that's going to set up a 4th down and 15 for the Rams. They are deep in their own territory. And it appears that Portsmouth's going to try to set up a return here, but now more numbers creeping up into the box. Good snap. Punt is a low one. Takes a good roll. He'd be smart to pick that up and go with it. And they do, as number 28 kind of watched the ball roll, Thomas Allen, and said, okay, maybe I will pick it up, and just stepped out of bounds. So it'll be 1st and 10, decent field position for the Clippers. They'll set up shop on the 35-yard line of the Rams. Jason Roby calling all the action for you here this afternoon. We have 2 more games left after this one. The Division I championship title tilt. This is the Division II title tilt. Twins to the left, Wing is to the right, one back. Little pop pass, and they went back to it. We talked about it being open. They went back to it. And that one is number 88, completion to Graham Shea. And Graham finds himself behind the secondary, and a sizable gain for the Clippers as they'll go inside the 10. It'll be first and goal from the 9 for Portsmouth. So nice little ball fake, little play action. Freeze those linebackers, bring them up, and Pappas just little jump pass over the middle, Johnny Lujak style, and it'll be first and goal. Pappas barking signals. And this time the handoff. Nice jump cut there by number 14. And he is in for the Clipper touchdown. That was Sam Josie, and he just took that ball, stopped on a dime, cut it back on a little trap action, found himself in the end zone. So with 4:08 to go here in the second quarter, it is now 20-0 Portsmouth. They'll go for the 2-point conversion from the middle of the field at the 3-yard line. Little jumbo package here. And they shift to the left. And again, it turns into a numbers situation, and he's going to walk in. I think he got in anyway. We'll see. What do they call? No signal yet. And now it's good. That was number 3, Ben Lucy. Again, it looked like he was going to walk right in. There was a huge gap there, and suddenly it filled. And the call didn't come until late. So with 4:08 to go in the first half, your score Portsmouth 22 and Salem nothing. Salem team that worked very hard to get here. They didn't think they would get to this point just because they were so young. A lot of 7th graders on this team, and anytime you're playing football in November, that is a good sign. And so this team, a lot of them will be back next year. A lot of 7th graders on this team. This Portsmouth team has been rolling pretty much all season long. A lot of good players on this team. As that ball gets kicked deep, it'll be returned by Salem. That looks like number 14, Kelvin Rios. He's going to get stacked up there. It appeared that it was number 88, Graham Shea. On the bottom of that pile. First and 10 for the Salem Rams from their own 25-yard line. I want to thank everybody for joining us here today on the Highlight Guy. You can see this live stream on the Highlight Guy if the stream is in fact working, but after the fact you can see us on YouTube. And that is going to be another high snap, and this is going to be dangerous and very fortunate there. That could have ended in one of 3 ways. Recovered by Salem, touchdown for Portsmouth, or a safety for Portsmouth. So Salem very fortunate there to come up with that one. And another high snap. We'll have to watch the play on the nose. It is wreaking havoc there. We'll watch. It looks like it's number 63 is the man on the nose for Portsmouth. Again, no 63 on the roster. Pass is thrown to the right flat. It is incomplete. Was intended for number 14, Rios. But a lot of pressure again up the middle there. And so 3rd down and what seems like infinity for the Rams from inside their own 5-yard line, their own 3, we'll call it. They'll set up that deep pistol formation, 2-by-2. Good snap that time. Scrambling for his life, and he'll throw it out of the back of the end zone. We'll see what the official calls. Not sure he knows what to call. They're going to say he was in the grasp. Not sure if they're going to call it was a safety. And they're going to say it's a safety, so 2 points. 2 points for the Clippers. And that was not sure what finally led to that being called, but it was a call that was pondered for quite some time. So it'll be 2 points added for the Portsmouth Clippers. They're either going to say it was a sack in the end zone or it was a fumble out of the back of the end zone. So either way, the Clippers get 2 points, and the Rams will have to kick off from their own 20-yard line. It's a free kick. So now, dangerous positioning here for Salem as they gave up 2 points, and now they're going to give up a boatload of field position. Ball's going to be kicked from the 20 on the free kick. We'll see how Salem decides to handle this. We'll go back to the Salem mantra when things, if you make a mistake, think about it, learn from it, move on from it. And so, good advice, but I'm sure they would much rather have some positive yardage and some points here. So they'll kick off from their own 20-yard line. Off of the safety. Right foot the ball, and he trips as he kicks it. Lob ball picked up, bobbled there, and now kind of weaving his way in and out of traffic. Keeps the legs churning. I believe it's 28 for the Clippers. Looks like touchdown Thomas Allen, and he'll finally go down. And is slow to get up, looking for some help from his teammates. Finally gets it. It'll be great field position for the Clippers. They'll set up shop 1st and 10 from inside Salem territory. We'll call it the 35-yard line. It'll be close to the near hash. And this Clipper team firing on all cylinders right now, offensively, defensively, and special teams. Tight end wing to the right, twins left, shotgun formation. Trying to get him to jump off sides. Double pull power. Super power to the right. And this time, the Rams have it sniffed out. And that was Elijah Maduro on the play. And he read the read of those two guards pulling and filled quickly. So we're going to call a loss of almost 1.5 yards there as the wind continues to blow the ball around just a bit. So according to the wind, it was a loss of 1 yard, then 1.5 yards. 1:51 to go here in the first half. 24-0 advantage for the Clippers. They'll employ a tight end wing to the right, twins to the left, shotgun snap. And again, nice block at the point of attack, but again, filling that gap is number 65, and he is Johnny on the spot once again. Good play there by Elijah Maduro. They had that play diagnosed quickly. It's a good job by the offensive line of Portsmouth to get out in front, but just a better read by Salem. So that's exactly how you draw it up on the board. 1:10 to go here in the first half. We're going to get a timeout for Salem. And this is an important defensive stand. If you are the Rams, you want to keep Portsmouth out of that end zone and keep the lead to 24-0 heading into the break. And that'll give us a chance to talk about if you are looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. Deb Cody from the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal is a luxury realtor. She's licensed in Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts and can assist you with your real estate goals. The Dow Group is the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire. Contact Deb at 603-945-2763 or email Deb at thedowgroup.com. That's Deb at thedowgroup.com. All right, there you can see the Portsmouth contingent breaking their huddle on the sideline. We'll see what play they have dialed in here. As the game was a feeling out process in the early going, both teams going back and forth. And then suddenly Portsmouth just seemed to pour it on. Points came in bunches. And here we are at 24-0. Tight end wing to the right. They'll motion over to a tight trips formation. Ball is rolling and fortunate to pick it up. And a lot of times those broken plays as number 14, Sam Josie, picks it up. And what was going to happen there was probably going to be a handoff to the right. And Josie just said, that's fine, I'll just take it where my blocking is. And the play continued on. So it'll be first down for Portsmouth. And they are getting close to that red zone again. 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Motion again to the wing side. We'll see if we get a counter action, and we do. That same counter play that went for a touchdown the play before. Need a block on the perimeter. Gets it. Finally hauled down. Oh, they're going to call a penalty on that. And you're going to watch that back on the highlight guy. That's a tough call right there. It was the counter play by Thomas Allen again, number 28. He got a block around the outside, and I think they're going to call a block in the back. But if the block starts on the, they're going to call a block in the back. The thing you'll watch back on the highlight guy, and this is, something that in real time, sometimes it's hard to see. If the block begins in the front or on the side and the player turns his back to you, that's not a penalty. If the block starts in the back, then obviously that's a penalty. It'll be a spot foul. It'll still be a first down for the Clippers inside the 19-yard line, but a tough call there. What it does do is it makes this Portsmouth possession a little bit longer. Just a little wing T action, power run there off the left side. And basically that's really what you're seeing here. They're all wing T plays. They're just from the shotgun. And a nice play right there. A nice run off the left side following the lead blocker, pulling guard. That's going to set up a second down and short. We're going to get a timeout here on the field. And I'm not sure if it was an injury timeout called or if it was a timeout called by Portsmouth. Probably by Portsmouth with 29 seconds to go. They're setting up what they want to do for the next couple of plays here. So the Clippers trying to get in the end zone yet again to make this a 30-point advantage. Could be as many as 32 points if they get the 2-point conversion. Salem, meanwhile, with their heels on their doorstep, really having to provide some pushback here. As far as the timeouts are concerned, it appears that each team has 2 timeouts left. So if Portsmouth doesn't get out of bounds here, if they get a first down, they'll have the time to set the chains. The ball is fumbled, and this is Pappas, and somehow, like Harry Houdini, disappears in the scrum and reappears at about the 3-yard line. It'll be a first down. They'll stop the clock to move the chains. And again, Portsmouth calls timeout. So they have 1 remaining, and it'll be first and goal from the 3-yard line. A situation again where when things are going your way, even on a miscue, it works out for you. It was a fumble in the backfield, and Pappas just picked it up and ran likely where the play was supposed to go anyway. So over there on the Salem sideline, you can see the coaching staff imploring their boys to keep trying, keep fighting here, fellas. Let's keep them out of the end zone. It's been a terrific ride for the Salem team up to this point as, according to the coach, hard work pays off. Even if you have a lot of young seventh graders, you can still do some great things when you are, quote-unquote, rebuilding. And so each possession has a lot of significance. Meanwhile, on the Portsmouth side of things, it's almost workmanlike. And we watched them warming up, and it just seemed like they were a well-oiled machine. And it was a matter of time before they started clicking on all cylinders. So they're going to run that jumbo formation again, that little, almost like a single wing power formation here. And now they'll shift over to the left side. Got to make sure they're still for a second. They do. And this time it gets snuffed out shy of the goal line. I don't know if they called timeout, but they got to get a little heavy on the hurry up here as the clock continues to roll at 8 seconds. And now they finally call their final timeout. So they lost some valuable time there. And kudos to Salem. They had seen that play before, and they knew how to stop it. And even though you're down 24-0, this would be a monumental victory if the Rams can keep the Clippers out of the end zone. I want to say hello to all the fans watching us from Portsmouth and from Salem. Thanks for joining us here on the Highlight Guy. Jason Roby calling all the action for you. Steve Cody, the man of the moving pictures. Remember that you can watch this after the fact on YouTube or at the Highlight Guy. All right, so this could, in fact, be the last play of the first half, depending on the result. Tight end wing to the left, slot to the right side, handoff. And into the end zone goes number 14, Josie Samuel. And he was not touched till that second level, so a great job of blocking by the offensive line of Portsmouth. They are just creating a new line of scrimmage on that drive, and as a result, it is a 30-0 ball game. It was the last play of the first half, 2-point conversion untimed. Unbalanced line to the left. See a total sweep to the left potentially here. Great play in the backfield as getting penetration was number 17, Mason Wiles. He says, no soup for you. But that will do it for the half. At halftime, it is the Portsmouth Clippers 30, the Salem Rams 0. You are watching the Highlight Guide D2 Northeast Junior High Football Championship action. We got to pay some bills. We'll be right back with the second half after these messages.
Meet Bouvier Prepare, your game changer in college athletics recruitment. We cut through the chaos, focusing on superb communication and top-notch organization. One-on-one attention, tailored strategies, and a winning game plan for emails, calls, camps, visits, and offer closings. Be prepared. Your limitless future starts now with Bouvier Prepare.
Hi, this is Deb Cody with the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal and Lakes and Mountains Realty. I have a passion for helping people, and I love to help people with their real estate goals, whether it's buying, selling, or investing. I'm licensed in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Maine, and work with an incredible team, the Dow Group, which has been the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire for the past several years. Collectively, the team has sold over $1 billion worth of real estate in the past 20 years. If you're curious to know what the local market is like in your area, feel free to reach out via my website, deb.thedowgroup.com, and let's get connected.
Are you looking to play sports in college? Almost every college recruiting website recommends having a highlight video as one of the top 3 crucial recruiting tools. In fact, 93% of college coaches we surveyed said they watch a recruit's highlight video as part of their player assessments. Our sole purpose is to make you look good. Our highlight videos include an athlete bio and accolade page, stop motion, and player highlight. The video is not done until you are completely satisfied and say it's done. We also upload to YouTube or whatever recruiting platform you use. The highlight guy can also film your high school or club games to capture you in action, resulting in amazing footage that you can use to help create your highlight video. We have the expertise to help you get recruited. Check out our website at thehighlightguy.com or contact Steve at thehighlightguy.com to get started on your path to playing sports in college.
Welcome back, everybody, to Gill Stadium here in the Queen City of Manchester, New Hampshire. Jason Roby calling all the action for you. Steve Cody is the highlight guy. He is the man on the moving pictures. We are bringing you live action of the Division II Northeast Junior High Championship game between the Portsmouth Clippers and the Salem Rams. The Portsmouth Clippers currently enjoying a 30-0 advantage heading into the break. And just before we start the second half, our apologies to those folks watching. We had some Wi-Fi issues early on in this one, and I guess the only thing I can say to that is if it can happen to Netflix like it did last night, it can happen to anybody. But our apologies. We're hopeful the second half will be a little smoother sailing, no pun intended. See what I did there, Steve, with the Clippers, sailing ships, smoother sail. All right, anyway, I digress. It is a 30-0 advantage for Portsmouth. It has started out as a game that was relatively tight, back and forth, both teams making some great plays, and then Portsmouth just started to run away with it a little bit. A couple of touchdown runs by touchdown Tommy Allen, some good runs by number 14, Sam Josie, and just some all-around great offensive line play. In addition, there was a safety recorded by the defense. Just all-around good play by this Portsmouth team. Offense, defense, special teams. Meanwhile, this Salem team, comprised largely of seventh graders, to talk to the coaches, they thought this was a rebuilding year for them. So to be playing here on the last Saturday of the season is a great thing for them. They've had a terrific season, and I'm sure the message at halftime is, look, let's go and try and win the half. Let's see if we can win this half. That doesn't necessarily mean you'll score more than 30 points, but you have to put the past behind you, and that's kind of the mantra of this Salem team. Think about it, learn from it, move on from it. And so we'll get ready to start the second half. The Rams will get possession of the ball to start things off here. As kicking off for Portsmouth, again, is number 51. And he does not show up on our varsity roster, but we do have a couple of 51s on the JV roster, Bennett Braswell and Jake Plasted. So have to believe it might be one of those young men. Onside kick to start the second half, and a great play there. Scooped up by number 0, Nolan Dupuis. So good job by Dupuis. And he'll get recognized on the sideline by his coaching staff and teammates. Interesting philosophy there to start the second half off with an onside kick. I believe that it is a running clock if the difference is 35 or more in the second half. So we'll keep a close eye on that as this Salem Ram team all kinds of fired up in the huddle, ready to start the second half. Love seeing it. 0-0 is probably the message, so here we go. And again, a whistle. He's talking to the the center, who has some kind of apparatus coming out of the back of his shirt. So now he's okay, and we are ready for play. Twins into the boundaries. So we have two backs in the backfield. This is number 37. He is thrown backwards by number 88. So no chance there for Andrew Swanson as Graham Shea met him in the backfield, threw him backwards. We're going to back up to about the 38-yard line. So sizable loss there on first down. Call it second down and 22. He needs to be on the line of scrimmage, or it's an unbalanced formation, and everybody's jumping off sides. And so Salem employing some unbalanced line of their own here, but unfortunately a false start penalty will move them back. So we're going to call it second down and 28, 27, a bunch. Ace formation. One back in the backfield, one step drop. Look out below, and an interception. He threw it off as he was falling to the ground, and into the end zone goes number 6 for the Portsmouth Clippers. That's William Robichaux. Swanson was falling back, didn't want to lose any more yardage. He just kind of threw it up for grabs and fell right in the breadbasket of Robichaux, and he races the rest of the way. So not the way the Rams wanted to start their second half, as they find themselves in the hole 36-0. 2-point conversion coming. And I'm fairly certain we'll head into a tips situation. Tips is the running clock situation that they employ in high school. They only will stop the clock for a timeout, an injury, a score, or a penalty. Shotgun snap. And he is in. That's number 14 again. They've used that play quite successfully down there on the goal line. And so the 2-point conversion is in the books. That was Sam Josie once again. And we'll watch the man in the white hat. And pretty sure he will indicate to the clock operator here that we are in a tips situation. $38-0, 8:32 to go in the third quarter. This is the Division II championship game of the Northeast Junior High Football League. And these two combatants, the last two teams standing, you had to have a pretty good year in order to get to this point. Certainly not the way that Salem wanted it to go, but I'm sure there are a lot of teams here in the state that would wish they were in their situation playing on the final Saturday. So I know that doesn't feel good now, but it'll serve them well. And they can't put it on the tee. You're going to have somebody hold it. So it looks like Joe Montplaisir will do that. Nice kick there, and that's a deep one. And this will be returned by number 14. He heads to the near side. Nice block there. Breaks one tackle. Finally goes out of bounds with the help of a Clipper. That was Kelvin Rios on the return. Finally pushed out by number 28 for Portsmouth. Said his name offensively quite a bit today, Thomas Allen. .752 to go here in the third quarter. So maybe they don't run it. We'll see. Trips to the right side. A V-trips look. Two-step drop. Thrown over the middle. Incomplete. Flag will fly. And he did get there a step early. So we're going to get a pass interference call here. I think that was Pappas in coverage that just got there a hair early. Excuse me. Got there a hair early, and as a result, that'll be a penalty against the Clippers. And they'll march the ball forward. The wind continues to blow. You can hear it go through my headset. Some people probably think it's going through one ear and out the other, Steve. It's probably not an inaccurate statement. Okay, clock continues to run here. And it's now at 7:14 and counting. It'll be first down and 10 off after that penalty. Again, the Rams will employ a V-trips look to the field. Tight end is to the left. Shotgun snap, two-step drop, rolling to his right, and a nice pitch and catch. It is a catch, and well done. And I'll tell you, that's a hard throw from the near hash to the far side at the numbers. That's a quite a chuck. So the ball traveled probably 25 yards in the air, but only picked up about 3. Down below us, you can hear the Nashua Cougars junior varsity team preparing for their matchup with the Londonderry Lancers. Now the V-trips look is to our side, to the field. Shotgun, straight drop back, little swing pass. Nice play there. Buzzed his feet. Should have tried to get vertical as quickly as possible instead of stopping on a dime and reversing field. Of course, easier said than done watching from up here. Can't tell you how many touchdowns I've scored from up here, Steve. A 17-yard or reception was to number 17, rather. Nice little play design. I like what they did there. Get that matchup with the running back against the linebacker. Nice little run play. No, it's not. It was a play action fake. He got a man deep. He goes up for it and broken up at the last second. Portsmouth was ready for it. Man down and injured. Try to get a number. It was a great battle for the ball. I was faked out. I thought it was a run play. Now that's good to see. Getting up on his own power is Kelvin Rios. So nice battle there between, I think it was Rios and Allen going up for the ball. If it had been a run play, my goodness, what a result. So that's going to bring up a fourth down for Salem. And at this point in the game, with the clock running inside of 5:03, you'd be interested to see if they punt this one away or if they go for it. You know, there is no tomorrow, and things aren't going your way necessarily, so why not sling the ball around the yard a little bit? I like the call. Well done, well designed, man, there, and incomplete. Was intended for number 0. That was a Nolan Dupuis, but unfortunately it just sailed over his head. I like the play design. They tried to fake some stuff to the outside and hoped to clear up the middle. It just didn't work out for him, so Ball will be turned over on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Clippers as the clock continues to run inside of 4:15 in the third quarter. You're watching on the highlight guy, Jason Roby calling the action for you. Steve Cody, the man on the moving pictures. We got a couple more games after this one. The Division I JV game, followed by the Division I title tilt between Nashua and Londonderry. Motion back into the boundary. Snap comes a little late. The timing was a little thrown off there. What a tackle. And good penetration there by number 33 for the Salem Rams. He was into that backfield quickly. That was Angelo Santiago, and he just made a nice tackle there in the backfield. So a good job there by Salem. Play the next snap. That's always the message. Play the next snap. There was a penalty, a false start penalty on the Clippers, so that'll back them up 5. Tight end flanker right. Tight slot set to the left. Shotgun formation. Barking signals. And I don't know if we're going to get an encroachment call here or if we're going to get a legal motion. Depends where the flag came from. Officials will talk it over. I think it's going to go against Portsmouth. But that slot man is allowed to do shuffle motion. So we'll see what the call is. The wind continues to howl here at Gill Stadium. So after a long discussion, that 5-yard penalty will go against Portsmouth. So the clock will again continue to run. Clippers will set up shop. Same formation, tight end flanker right, tight slot to the left. Pappas hands it off. Speed sweep to the right side. This is Colton McCain. And he bounces to the outside, picks up a block, and will run out of bounds. Tried to strip it from him at the last second, but they couldn't. So a nice run there by McCain around the left side. Some good interference out in front of him. We are inside of 1:35 to go here in the third quarter. Ball will be spotted at the 31-yard line of Salem. Tight end wing to the left, a Twins formation to the right. Pappas in the gun. Looks like a little counter crisscross again, and that play is hit for big yardage, but maybe not. Fumble, and ball is scooped up, and on the run goes number 22. So an interesting turn of events there as they ran that counter play with Allen. He loses it. It almost looked like he was trying to pitch it to somebody, and it ended up in the hands of Nathan Bebo, who brought it back for a nice little gain. A nice little return on that fumble. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams as they keep playing the next snap. Love the effort here by this Salem team. The reality is starting to set in here as we head inside of 20 seconds to play in the quarter that it's not our day today, but we could try to play hard and feel good about how this game ends based on how we play. A little counter crisscross there, and that's not going to feel real good as number 14 is in the backfield. The counter crisscross play ran to number 12 for Salem. I believe it was 12, Colton Dumont, and just as he was getting that handoff, number 14, Sam Josie, he almost took the handoff. So they'll head to the sideline while they check on the player down. Hope that young man is okay. Colton Dumont being tended to. And that'll give us an opportunity to talk about Bouvier Prepare. Bouvier Prepare provides comprehensive college recruiting consulting services for student athletes and their families. If you're looking for guidance in the process for lacrosse, field hockey, soccer, and volleyball, Bouvier Prepare can provide a personalized plan for success. Contact them at bouvierprepare@gmail.com or call 603-465-1102. Are you looking to play sports in college? If yes, then let the Highlight Guy help you get noticed and recruited. We create highlight videos, we film sporting events, and we live stream, all with the goal of helping athletes get noticed by college coaches. With the Highlight Guy, you are the star. Let us help you. Go to thehighlightguy.com or email steve@thehighlightguy.com to get started. That's steve@thehighlightguy.com. Contact Steve today. I look down on the field there as number 12 being tended to, and he's sitting up on his own, so that's a good sign. Glad to see that. That's Colton Dumont. They're continuing to check on him, so while they do that, we will take a quick break here, and we'll be back with the start of the fourth quarter right after these messages.
Hi, this is Deb Cody with the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal and Lakes and Mountains Realty. I have a passion for helping people, and I love to help people with their real estate goals, whether it's buying, selling, or investing. I'm licensed in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Maine, and work with an incredible team, the Dow Group, which has been the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire for the past several years. Collectively, the team has sold over $1 billion worth of real estate in the past 20 years. If you're curious to know what the local market is like in your area, feel free to reach out via my website, deb.thedowgroup.com, and let's get connected.
All right. Welcome back to Gill Stadium, the Division II Northeast Junior High Championship between the Portsmouth Clippers and the Salem Rams. Jason Roby with all the action for you. It's good to see young man Colton Dumont get off the field, walking under his own power, so hope that young man is okay. So after that play, the Rams will take over on the other side of the field. Back to pass off his back foot. Little screen set up, nicely done by Salem. Still on the move there. And I think I don't know if a flag came in late or something was thrown. Maybe not. Looking for a late hit. But a nice little delayed screen there. They let the Clippers get into the backfield, and a retreating move by the quarterback dumps it off. Good blocking out in front on that screen pass. Setting up a third down, we'll call it 7. Ball's on about the 41-yard line. So a nice positive play there for Salem. All kinds of fight in this Ram team. Portsmouth, and we're going to see who jumped off here. Maybe a little movement by the guard, or they'll call encroachment. It looks like the flag is on the side of encroachment, but nope, they're going to mark it back the other way. So penalty will go against Salem, and that'll back them up. And we've seen a lot of those types of penalties today in both games that just really make things hard on your drives when you have to play behind the sticks. 5-man front being employed here, 5-2. They're coming again, another screen set up, and boy, you got to tell your team you're never going to get just a free run at the quarterback. Stop, put the brakes on, reverse field, and go find the running back who's running the screen. But again, that's something that even high school kids, even college kids, and even professionals have trouble stopping. So nicely run there by Salem to go back to the well on the other side of the field, other side of the play. I'm sure the Portsmouth front five were thinking sack all the way, and then thought, why does this quarterback continue to run away from me? Backwards. There's your answer. Screen. They're going to run it again. And they do. And his blocking was back to the inside. Nice tackle there. Would have been better served to cut back against the grain. But a good run there and a nice play. That was again complete to number 10. Asen Torrens-White. That'll set up a second down and very manageable. Second down, we'll call it 4. But you can see the offensive line getting out in front of him, and if he had cut back towards the middle of the field, he may have had a little smoother sailing. Checking the play, he'll go under center for this one. Oh, we'll fake the play action, and got to be careful there. He drops the ball. Ball is loose on the carpet, and it's going to be scooped up by Portsmouth. That one is going to be number 53. Looked like got the recovery. I don't think I have a 53 on the varsity roster that was handed to me. Could have been Noah Duty that played in the JV game potentially. He was a swinger potentially, or it was a number change. The other thing you tell quarterbacks when you do that play action fake, you put your back to the line and you start your rollout action. If it appears that there's pressure, you just tuck it and run, because that play you can either run it or pass it there. And maybe it would have been better served to run that ball. Is up through the middle of the line, almost tripping over the referee, jumps over his heels. Nice run there by number 3, Ben Lucy. And you can see the wing team mentality come into play. Point of attack is the left side, and then he cuts it back against the grain because his backside blockers are getting up the field, getting down the field to the second level. He's looking to cut off his blockers' backs. Nice run there by Lucy, and a good job by the front of Portsmouth. Just a well-oiled machine here. He'll pull, and the cut was to the inside. He tried bouncing it to the outside that time and tried to get in front of his lead blocker, which is never a good sign. Asen Torrens-White was there for the tackle. Nice job by him, and that play will go for a loss. It'll be second and long now for the Clippers from the 26-yard line. Inside of 5 minutes to go in this one. Shotgun snap, little counter crisscross. Run to the right side again, and this time off to the races is number 34. And he's in for the touchdown. That was Carter Lawrence. And that play has been effective all day long. I think they've run it about 5 times, and they've probably scored on it 3. So a nice job there by the Clippers to use that counter play. So it's going to be 38-0 Clippers. And they're going to try to kick the extra point here. So the ball's typically spotted 7 yards away. It's a high snap. Ball's on the ground. Kick is up, and it is good. So there you go, 4:38 to go in this one. They tack on the extra point via the kick. So with 4:38 to go, it is 45-0 in favor of the Clippers. I want to remind everybody that at this level of football, the idea is to go out there and play hard and learn valuable life lessons. And I'm sure the message here for Salem is, it doesn't always go your way, and it's how do you bounce back from it? What are the things you learn from it? What do you do to improve from it? And then that's got to be the thought and the thing that comes from this, because there are a lot of kids out there today that would love to be in this position. There's a lot of kids out there that are not in this position because they don't play organized athletics. They're not involved in these kinds of activities, and they're really missing out. And you're not always going to win, but it's the valuable lessons that you learn that are important here. The kickoff will be caught there, fielded nicely, saving that field position. Good job getting down, catching that ball by number 7, DeVell Brodus. And, if you're Portsmouth, you were probably the favorite coming in here today. You have a very good team, a team that's operating on all cylinders here and is just giving their best version of themselves today. And it wasn't always easy, as we saw the Salem Rams at time, making life difficult for this Portsmouth team. You don't get to the championship game by accident. You get there because you're a good football team. And today it just was Portsmouth's day. Shotgun snap handed off, and a lot of penetration into the backfield, and the play ends, but we have a flag thrown late. And I think what we had here was a player that potentially thought another player had the ball, not quite sure. We're going to get a personal foul call, and I think that's going to go against Portsmouth. They're going to bring the young man off the field. He may have thought the young man had the ball, and that's why he continued to play aggressively. Hard to know, but I think that one's going to go against Portsmouth. So things sometimes get a little chippy at the end of the game, and especially when things might not be going your way, and there's a bigger lesson to learn here. And that penalty is going to be declined, and I think that's the right idea potentially. I don't know if it's declined because he thought he had the ball, and so that will negate the flag. So it'll be second down. We'll call it 13 from about the 31-yard line. We'll call it the 36-yard line, excuse me. Slot formation to the right, tight end is left. Shotgun formation, two-step drop back, scrambling to his left. That screenplay again is set up nicely, and he reads his blocks and does a great job. He gets to the 50, over the 50, down to the 45. We'll call it about the 40, yeah. We'll give him the 45-yard line. So a great play there on the delay. First down and 10. And a nice job by Salem there. They've gone to the well a couple of times, and that play has really given them some pretty good results. And again, they run it, and they have it set up. Now look it to the inside. Got to get back to the inside. He missed one block, but look at that seam down the middle of the field. He could have just cut that one back. And, of course, Portsmouth at this point, they just want to keep the football in front of them. They don't want to give up anything big and deep down the field. They'll give that up as we head inside of 2 minutes and 10 seconds to play in this one. Salem trying to get on the board here with the final 2 minutes on the clock. They want to get a touchdown in this title game. Shotgun snap, rolling left, throws it deep down the sideline and out of play. Wind at his back as you see the flag blowing there. So he had a chance. It was well covered down the sideline, but a good attempt. He was looking for William Lucier, and William was covered down the sideline on that play nicely. Portsmouth getting back, not letting anybody behind them. They'll give up the underneath stuff all day long. It's the over-the-top stuff they don't want to give up. So we're going to congratulate Portsmouth here. We're going to congratulate both teams, Salem as well, for a fantastic season. Portsmouth going to be your D2 champions. A nice little swing pass. Well done. Got to get vertical. And the short passing game is proven to be very good. And nice sportsmanship there as a Portsmouth player helping up a Salem player. Nice to see. We're going to head inside of 50 seconds in this one. One, maybe two plays left before Portsmouth gets their championship hardware. We have we're going to get a timeout here, and I think it's going to be called by Salem. They're going to try to dial something in with 32 seconds to go in this one. That'll give us a chance to ask you, are you looking to play sports in college? If yes, then the Highlight Guy can help you get noticed and recruited. We create highlight videos from sporting events and live stream, just like we're doing here today, all with the goal of helping athletes get noticed by college coaches. With the Highlight Guy, you are the star. Let us help you. Go to thehighlightguy.com or email Steve at thehighlightguy.com to get started. Are you looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Deb Cody from the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal is a luxury realtor. She's licensed in Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts and can assist you with your real estate goals. The Dow Group is the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire. Contact Deb at 603-945-2763 or email Deb at thedowgroup.com. All right, empty backfield. Trips to the right. Twins left. And here comes the screen again. And I think it was caught by a lineman. I think they threw it. And I love it. Jacob Moose Thompson on the reception. And good job by Moose being congratulated. And that's good stuff right there. What a great play to end on if you're Salem. And if you're Portsmouth, congratulations. You are the Division II Northeast Junior High state champions for the year 2024. Congratulations to the Clippers, their entire coaching staff, for a fantastic season. They traveled well. Their fans are here. Their cheerleaders are here. You can see down on the sideline, they're all fired up and pumped up. Coaches hugging one another. And deserving, very deserving state championship team as top to bottom, offense, defense, special teams, all played a part in this game. Every phase scored. They scored with a safety. They scored on a pick six. The offense with the counters and the point of attack plays, good defense. Congratulations to Portsmouth. And also, congratulations to Salem. The Salem Rams get here on a rebuilding year. A lot of folks thought that this wouldn't be a team that would make it to the final Saturday in the state title game, but they proved a lot of people wrong, a lot of naysayers wrong, and congratulations to them, a very young team. And I know it hurts now, but they will be back next year, no question about it. That's going to wrap things up here for us in the D2 Northeast Junior High Championship game. Your final, Portsmouth on top of the Salem Rams. Congratulations, Portsmouth. You are the Division II state champions. And we're gonna stay and see this presentation here, Steve, or do we got to cut? Okay. I'm being told by the production truck that we're running out of reel down there, so we got to get hopping. Want to thank you all for watching us on The Highlight Guy. Make sure you watch us back on YouTube. Make sure you watch us back on thehighlightguy.com. And we'll leave you with this scene as we congratulate everybody as both teams come out to the center of the field to collect the hardware. Both teams, congratulations on a well-played game. That'll wrap things up here at Gill Stadium. We'll be back with the Division I championship JV and varsity game after these messages. Thanks for watching us here on The Highlight Guy. Take care, everybody.